Want to welcome all of you here and all of you watching online on this great day in Abilene Christian University history. My name is Lance Fleming. I'm the Assistant Director of Athletics for Media Relations, and I'll get started by introducing the three gentlemen behind me on the podium. First, the Commissioner of the Southland Conference, Mr. Tom Burnett, Dr. Phil Schubert, the 11th President of Abilene Christian University, and Jared Mosley, the 7th Athletic Director in the history of Abilene Christian University. I know you did not come here today to hear me speak, so at this time I'll turn it over to Tom Burnett.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Lance, and good afternoon. It's a wonderful day to be in Abilene, Texas, and I don't know if there are any secrets that you don't already know, but we're going to talk about a lot of that today. But we are absolutely thrilled to be back on a campus that was a former member, in fact, an original member of our conference, and we're very excited about today's announcement, and I know we'll get to that here shortly. I'd first like to start with some thank yous. I'd really like to recognize Dr. Schubert and all the wonderful planning that he has done in advance of this announcement and this move, divisional move in the NCAA structure. The President and I began, I guess, talking about this a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 summers ago. And at the time, he was talking about an interest in Division I membership and what that might take. And I don't know that we really ever talked directly at that time, at least, about conference membership. But certainly, I think we both kind of had a feeling that if they were going down that path, we would continue to discuss the options ahead of us. So we have enjoyed a great conversation back and forth for quite a while. And I will tell you that in that 2-year span, that allowed this university to go about divisional transition, I should say, and perhaps conference membership change in a really reasonable, measured way, done in a smart manner. Nothing was rushed. As it turned out, a lot of things happened in Division I conference realignment that affected our conference and also brings us to today's announcement. I'd also like to acknowledge Jared Mosley, Athletic Director. He and I have had a conversation about some things, maybe even longer than a couple of years over time, as they've studied the future of athletics here at this great university, and we greatly acknowledge his work in all of this. We were here a month ago, or earlier this month, I should say, and we had a great visit on campus for a couple of days, met some wonderful people. A lot of you are here in the audience today, and we're really grateful you're here. And I tell you what, our visit team, we had a couple of presidents, an athletic director, and myself, walked away very impressed with everything we saw, everyone we met, any information we were able to get, just very impressed with facilities, the quality of the coaches, the academic staff members of the campus that we met, all just very positive. And I remember the drive back to Dallas that afternoon, and I really tried to, get some answers out of them. I threw some questions at them, and the conversations were very limited, but that was in a good way. And, there were no problems expressed, and just again, very, very positive experience there. This is really a neat day, and we're coming to an important point in the history of our conference. Next year, we'll celebrate a 50th anniversary of the Southland Conference. And I know there's some in the room that remember the start of the conference in 1963 with the first football season in 1964. While we're maybe reintroducing ourselves today, I have with me an original publication that the Southland Conference put out in 1963. Simply says, introducing the Southland Conference. And as many of you remember, there were 5 members. What was known as Abilene Christian College at the time was a founding member of our conference. And I had the good pleasure of meeting Dr. Charlie Marler earlier. And there's a picture of Charlie in this publication that's may look a little bit different over time, but Charlie's been great. We've gotten some information from him. He may not know this yet, but we may nominate him for a historian position as we get ready for our 50th anniversary next year. But it's been a real neat pleasure to meet him and others, Coach Bullington that have an experience, others that played in the Southland Conference back in the 1960s and early 70s. So it's just a great pleasure to be here. It's been 40 years, so if I need to talk to you a little bit more, we've got a great conference. As many of you know, this culminates a membership expansion process for us. We're going to be at 14 members next year, including ACU, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's, you know, we got a lot of work to do. Jared Mosley and our other athletic directors will get together next week to start talking about scheduling and such, and how we're going to actually manage this 14-team conference. But that's part of the excitement and the fun, and we're looking forward to that. So, but our league, 13 other members, we're now in 4 states, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana. Great history, great record of competitive success, academic achievement, and we're looking forward to ACU returning to our conference and adding to that rich history of ours, hopefully for the next 50 years as well. So we're excited. Look forward to visiting and meeting more of you and coming to Abilene on a regular basis in the future. But I guess all I have left to do here, even though there are no secrets, is Dr. Schubert, if you want to come up, on behalf of the Southland Conference Board of Directors, I want to invite you officially to join the Southland Conference on July 1, 2013. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's great. I like to talk to you. Yeah.
This is a great day, and Tom, Commissioner Burnett, maybe I should say, we want to enthusiastically accept the invitation from the Southland Conference to join what we think is a fantastic conference and will help promote the future and the mission, the vision of this great university. We've got a lot of people that need to be recognized this morning as we contemplate what this means for us, as we reflect on the journey that has led us to this place in this great moment. I want to start and thank our Board of Trustees for its vision and its leadership and being with us every step of the way. The administration and our board work very well together at this institution, and it's one of the things that makes us great. It keeps us stable, allows us to be forward-thinking, allows us to endure the challenges when they do arise in positive ways and make sustained progress. And so I want to commend our board for the fantastic leaders that they are and for the visionaries that they are in seeing the potential of what this can do for Abilene Christian University and being willing to take that step to embrace the change. I want to thank the faculty and staff that serve here at ACU in this great community. What happens here is special. This is a place that's very unique. The relationships that we have, the culture in this place is truly like no other. And that's because of the people that are here, our students, faculty, and staff, but specifically to the faculty. Thank you for leading our students academically on this great journey where they come to be here to be enlightened and to help discover and realize things about themselves that they didn't realize when they showed up. To be part of that and to take a personal and special interest in them. Thank you to the staff who walk along beside them in that journey and build relationships and make this place really come alive. What you do is fantastic, and it's meaningful and important every single day. I want to thank our fans who are always there and come out in great numbers to support vibrantly the athletic program of this university and so many other aspects of what ACU is about. I want to certainly thank our student body. They are amazing beyond description, and we are continually impressed with who they are, where they come from, their stories, the talents and abilities they bring, the ways in which they enrich this campus with diversity and with the thoughts and vision of what can be. It's just truly an amazing place. Athletics has played a part in this university's history for a long, long time, and it's shaped much of the culture and the ethos here. We have so many things to celebrate and the great athletic accomplishments that have taken place at Abilene Christian University. So many incredible stories of personal triumph and teams and communities coming together to achieve unparalleled results. And so it wouldn't be fitting to go any further without stopping for a minute to reflect. I know that I've seen a whole host of former athletes and coaches and administrators here in the audience today, and the legacy, athletic legacy of this place is truly unbelievable. And so to all of our former players, former administrators in athletics, our alumni who continue to support our programs with their moral support as well as their financial contributions and the way they promote this university, we have developed one of the finest athletic legacies in the country. And that wouldn't have happened without the tremendous support that each of you have provided and those that couldn't be here with us today that have formed a tremendous part of that journey. I want to thank Jared Mosley and his athletic staff. This evaluation of athletics at ACU was from the very beginning at the highest level the purposes of the institution. This wasn't about evaluating where should we compete athletically. This was about evaluating how athletics can best support the mission and vision of Abilene Christian University in the most profound and fulfilling ways. And I'm so thankful to have an athletic director that truly understands that. Jared really sees clearly that athletics plays a significant role in the life of this university and the educational experience of our students and the energy and the momentum that involves success in athletics and all the things that go along with it. But he understands that it's part of the ingredients that we put into what becomes a great experience. And he sees that it's not just about athletics. He sees that it's about how athletics helps enable fulfillment of goals and vision that are broader for the rest of the institution. And he understands the importance of excellence on the athletic field, but secondarily to excellence in the classroom. And so to his coaches and to his staff, I want to say thank you for the rigor of the investment of your time and energy over the past 2 years as we have really scraped every ounce of information. We've looked under every rock. We've gained all kinds of perspective in order to form what we think are great conclusions that have led us to this decision. And it just certainly wouldn't be possible had it not been for his leadership and tenacity in staying the course. As we think about what the future holds, when I read what was written in 1963 about Abilene Christian University helping to form the Southland Conference, one of the quotes was, "We're an institution that values academic excellence and athletic excellence, and we want to bring those together in a powerful way." And I thought, well, that is still true today. That combination is meaningful, and I want to thank Dr. Rodney Ashlock, who's this year's chairman of the Faculty Senate, who plays a very important role in leading our faculty. He has exhibited at every step of the process support and has sought to understand the views of our faculty, bring those. We have a number of our faculty who are here today, and this journey would not be possible without their specific involvement in the process and their careful deliberation of how we can truly gain the most from taking ACU in this direction and affiliating at the Division I level in the Southland Conference. I want to thank Rodney for his leadership and our faculty for their commitment to gain all that we can from this move. And finally, in closing, I want to just reflect a little bit with you. When Tom left with his team from the visit that they had earlier this month, we had a short phone conversation after, and he said, "Phil," he said, "you know, we really couldn't have left more impressed than we did." And I was very proud, very, very proud of that, but I wasn't necessarily surprised because you see, I know how this place pops. I know the kind of people, I knew the kind of people that they were going to get to see because I get to work with them every single day. I know the kind of student athletes that we attract because I get to be around them and talk to them and get to know them. And I knew that he would come away with a sense of what this place stood for, which I want to remind us all. of the things that this place stands for. This is a place where young men and women come to be formed in the image of Jesus Christ, and where we want to be the best in the world at bringing together an exceptional academic education in an environment that is distinctively Christ-centered, as we help our students better understand who they are as someone created in God's image and prepared to go out in the world and do great things. You guys live that out each and every day, and it's the distinctive attributes of the character of ACU and what happens here. And so this marks an important transition in our journey, because as we come to work and we think about this place each and every day, what we want to do is take another step to do it even better, to impact more people, to be more effective in glorifying God with the work of our hands, and looking for the next opportunities to allow ACU to benefit students for years and years and generations to come. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you. Thank you, Tom, and the Southland Conference and the other member schools for this opportunity. I'd like now to turn it over to Jared Mosley and let him share some words with you. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Schubert. This is truly a remarkable day. I can't begin to put into words just the excitement and enthusiasm I have for what lies ahead for Abilene Christian University and our athletic program. And I'm going to ask that you bear with me, as some of this is going to be repetitive, but I do want to acknowledge several very important groups and people who have been integral to this process. Tom, first off, I just want to acknowledge you and thank you and the entire Southland Conference leadership, from the athletic directors to your president leadership group. They've been extremely helpful in this process. The thing that I'm confident going in, that I'm excited about, is to be able to work side by side with individuals who shared with us some very, very important information so that we can make a very knowledgeable and well thought out decision. And they were extremely helpful from the start, and look forward to carrying out that relationship as we move forward. I also look forward, as we have changed, to being able to join with old rivals, renew some of those rivalries in the Southland Conference, but to also establish new ones as well. As we look at that, one of the things that I envision, and this is a great picture, I want people hanging from the rafters everywhere we go in the Southland Conference, and coming with the same excitement that we get to experience not only here on this campus, but the following we have out there with our alumni base and fans is just unbelievable. And I know that'll be a valuable element as we go through this transition process, is to have your continued support and encouragement for our coaches and the student athletes and their efforts that they put forth each and every day. I want to acknowledge our alumni base. You know, I think this is one, being able to span and talk to people who remember the rivalries and excitement of the Southland Conference, to those of us who haven't been able to experience that. I want to tell you, it's going to be a great journey. And to acknowledge those individuals who are going to play a part in that, and especially to those who, donors and those of you out here who have financially contributed to allow this transition to take place, speaks volumes and means the world to me. We could not undergo a transition like that without the support of so many people who have bought into the mission and vision of what we're trying to do, the unique mission and vision of how we're going to engage student athletes through an athletic experience and program. And so thank you very much for the role that you've played to date. To the Board of Trustees, can't say enough. This journey has been great, and I've gleaned great wisdom from your insight, your challenging questions, and just the due diligence you have put in to really make us think this through. And it's your kind words and vision and motivation, encouragement that have led us to today, and so I thank you for all of your efforts. I want to call out 4 specific individuals personally who have meant a lot to me, and going to get a little bit emotional, but just Dr. Schubert, Dr. Money, for your leadership and ability to buy into what an athletic program can fully be in an academic arena, and giving us the power and the resources to go out and make that happen on a day-to-day basis. This would not have happened had it not been for your courage and vision to allow us to pursue that. For Dr. McCaleb and Wally Bullington, 2 of my mentors who have been there to really, you know, there's times you get in situations like this and you kind of walk out to the cliff and you're ready to take that step, and they have to talk you back off the cliff. And to have two men who are so wise and have such a passion for this athletic program and who have poured their hearts and their souls and their lives into this, I thank you for what y'all have done in this important transition. And I'm going to acknowledge up front, this is exciting, but there's going to be, this is a journey ahead of us, and there's going to be some bumps, and this transition by no means is it going to be an easy process. But the thing I do have a solid comfort level in is knowing that the men and women, our head coaches and assistant coaches who we have on staff here today, they embody exactly what we envision for this process, and I'm confident through their dedication to our mission and the big vision we have of leading these programs that we're going to make that journey. To the student athletes, I can't say enough. And I want to acknowledge for those of you who are already in the pipeline, this is bittersweet for you. This is one of those things that you're not going to necessarily get to enjoy all the fruits of what we envision this transition being, and so I want to acknowledge that. But I also want to say each one of you are pouring into a new chapter of ACU athletics that's going to go down, I believe, as one of the greatest chapters in this school's history. And you're going to be a part of that, and you're going to be the people who start that and who set that standard. And I'm very proud of you for the efforts that you put forth, and we could not make this transition if we didn't have quality student athletes and quality coaches leading our programs. As Dr. Schubert alluded to, one of the great things that we aspire to, and I want to commit to you from an administrative level, is our desire going into this transition is to excel academically. We want to become leaders within the Southland Conference in graduating quality student athletes who are going to go out and serve the community and the world they live in. And that commitment does not go away. Our commitment is to achieve and excel athletically. I want to win, I want to compete, and I know that as we move along this process, that's going to be unwavering. We're going to be committed to doing that and providing the groundwork that we can launch off and be successful on that front. To those of you out there, I want to commit, probably most important in my eyes is this transition is going to be grounded in the principles and the values that we've had established long before I got here. And that is, we're going to have a program that is going to excel athletically, competitively, but more importantly, we're going to be sending young men and young women through programs where they're going to gain a better understanding of what it is to live a Christian walk, how it is to compete in a Christian manner, and how it is to live in a life that is fully in tune with what God's called you to be. And I commit on the front end as we engage challenges and there's pressures on the outside, that's unwavering, that's foundation, that's not going anywhere. I also want to take just a little bit of time as we enter into this chapter with the Southland Conference to acknowledge my colleagues and peers in the Lone Star Conference. ACU and each one of you have contributed to a great legacy in the Lone Star Conference, and you've done an outstanding job of leading that, but I've got just fond memories of working side by side with some great leaders in the athletic directors and presidents in that conference, and certainly we'll remember those rivalries and that rich heritage that is a part of our past, our history, and we look forward to finishing that strong in this coming year. I want to go out with a bang. I also want to acknowledge, as we think about the Lone Star Conference, two individuals that I've admired and respected greatly, and former Commissioner Fred Jacoby and current Commissioner Stan Wagnon. Those two gentlemen have done an outstanding job of preparing and laying a groundwork and a vision to make the Lone Star Conference one of the premier Division II conferences out there, and we've been a part of that. And just want to acknowledge their efforts and their service, and certainly wish them the best. And in closing, I just want to tell you, I can't begin, as I said to start, to put this into words, but I'm confident and I wait with anticipation as we join the Southland Conference to a future that's going to be even brighter than what our past has been. Thank you very much.